Boom, it's Hot Mike. Happy Friday morning. We are on the eve of UFC 265. We're going to do some predictions and going to make some guesses on what's going to happen. Have some fun with it.
What's going to happen, Hot Mike?
All right, what's going to happen? Let's start with the main event. We have got UFC 265 main event, Derek Lewis versus Cyril Gane. This has the potential to be a very boring main event. So I don't want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we're going to see a finish in this fight, it's going to come from Derek Lewis. I think it's going to come from that thunderbolt in his hands, and that's the only way we're going to see this not go to a decision. That's my guess. Cyril is so good at keeping that distance, and he's so athletic, and his footwork is footwork of a welterweight. And I would be very surprised if he could put Derek away, and if he's able to keep that distance, unless Derek just does some blitzkrieg and rushes in there, which is that's not really been his style. I don't know. I see this going to decision, and I see Cyril Gane winning a decision. What I'd love to see is some second round crazy uppercut landed, like what Derek Lewis did to Curtis Blades, but you can never count out Derek Lewis. The Volkov fight, he's losing for 24 minutes and 30 seconds out of that fight, and then he does his blitz and rushes in there and knocks out Volkov.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, so you can't count him out. I mean, we were looking at that and we were like, okay, so he's lost pretty much every minute of every round of this fight. This fight's over. This is a clear cut. Oh my God, he knocked him out. Yeah, so that's
We've seen
Derek
that happen
Lewis.
a few times.
And it could happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But with Cyril's footwork, I just don't know how it happens. I don't know who's going to figure out Cyril Gane's footwork. Maybe it's John Jones.
Maybe.
We keep circling back to that. He might be the only guy who could figure it out. But now we've heard rumors that Stipe Miocic has accepted a potential fight with John Jones, but that doesn't mean John Jones has accepted said fight. So that is, I think, so far from being a done deal. But I'd like to see that happen. And I'd also love to see John fight Cyril Gane. But we've got something in motion right now. This is for the interim belt. So we've got Derek Lewis fighting Cyril Gane for the interim belt. Of course, the winner of that fight will then go on to fight Francis. So it's unknown what's going to happen with the likes of John Jones. Please, John, do something, do anything, stay active. And we don't know what Stipe's up to.
And how does the interim belt thing work?
I don't know. I think it's marketing. Yeah. I think the casual fans love a belt on the line. So this helps for marketing the fight. And I don't know why you would have an interim belt. I don't think Francis has been inactive per se. I'm not sure why they're creating this.
For this weight class, for heavyweight, has there been a history of a lot of time in between defenses of the belt? Like, are they just trying to maybe fill in the gaps?
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm not as much of a UFC historian as some friends of ours, but I will say with confidence, this division probably has the highest turnover rate of any other division for the championship, for the title, and that's why Stipe is often considered. He's certainly in the talks for the greatest of all time because he has the most title defenses. So he held the title longer than any other champion. So there's a great argument for him being the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I hate the GOAT talk greatest of all time, but then you put it into different divisions, and it's like, no, I meant the greatest of all time in my weight class. It's like, well, then what are you talking about, greatest of all time? And it's not of all time; it's of your time. You're the greatest in your time. You can't. The
I'm not on board.
The Ali against Mike Tyson conversation, like who's the greatest heavyweight? It's like, well, they fought different people in different eras, different times. There's actually a great interview where it's Muhammad Ali, and he's later in life, and he already has the shakes, and he can't speak well. But they're on a talk show together. It's Arsenio Hall, and Arsenio asks Mike Tyson if he could have beaten Muhammad Ali in his prime. So he's saying this in front of Muhammad Ali, the champ, and Mike Tyson, who is the most brash, arrogant guy, he said, he's like, I got a lot of confidence in myself, but this guy's the champ. He's the best. He's the greatest of all time. That was my Mike Tyson impression. Woo, that was rough. Okay. But I thought that was a cool moment.
That is cool.
That not even he could say, yes, I would beat Muhammad Ali. He had respect for the champ. Moving on from that painful impression. Co-main event, we got Jose Aldo against Pedro Munoz. This is a very exciting fight. I think, okay, my prediction is going to be Jose Aldo third round TKO. I think it's going to take that long for Jose to get Pedro out of there. If this stays on the feet, I think it's Jose's advantage. Now, Jose Aldo is no punk on the ground. He's just so hard to take down. He's a BJJ black belt, but getting him to the ground, we've virtually never seen that. It's happened so rarely. Mm-hmm. Actually, I can't even think of when it's happened. Pedro's great on the ground. He might have the slight advantage. I just don't see him getting it to the ground. So, Jose Aldo, third round, TKO win.
I like
Next
that.
for the welterweights, Michael Chiesa against Vicente Luque. This also fun fight. This has got fight of the night written all over it. Also, this is kind of a battle of who can force their will, who can play the game they want to. Vicente will want to keep it standing. That's where he has the advantage, is in the striking department. Chiesa absolutely has the advantage on the ground. He's going to want to be shooting for takedowns.
I hope he gets a submission.
That's what I'm guessing. That's what I think he can do it. As Brennan Schaub has been saying for years, he's the dark horse of the division. He will be the champion someday. And I don't think Schaub is off the mark on that one. So I see Michael Chiesa getting a second round submission. I think it takes him a round and change to get that range and kind of feel out Vicente. Vicente is such a scary character. I don't count him out. I think it's going to be a fun fight. Might be the one I'm most excited about of the main card. Next up, women's strawweight. We got Tisha Torres. Haven't seen you in a while, Tisha. That's awesome to see her back in the octagon against Angela Overkill Hill. Angie Hill. This is really great. I see Angie getting a decision victory on this. I think this goes all 3 rounds. And I see Tisha threatening some takedowns. I think Angela Hill's takedown defense has continued to improve. And if she can keep Tisha at a distance, I think she picks her apart with her long jabs and her long legs. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Tisha's going to eat some knees and elbows.
All right. The next one. Boy, I haven't even made a call on this. Let's make one in the moment. Bantamweights Song Yadong against Casey Kenny. I don't even know. I guess I don't know enough about these guys and their background. I feel like I've only seen Kenny fight a handful of times. I'm going to make kind of a guess on this one. Song Yadong, he's fighting out of Alpha Male. those guys are all coming out very well-rounded. I know Casey Kenny's very well-rounded as well. He's got good wrestling, good striking. His striking sets up his wrestling really well. Do you have any prediction on this? I'm struggling to make a call, but it's
I
we gotta
am
just
going to. I always, my predictions are always, if I recognize a fighter, that's who I go for. And I remember Casey Kenny fighting before, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go for him. He's
Yeah.
gonna win in decision after.
Decision
Decision
victory.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Decision
Stabbing
victory.
in the dark.
Nice. Victory by decision, Casey Kenny. Let's see if you were right. I'm curious whether you're gonna stick by this. If you're forgetting how you may have learned about Casey Kenny and why he said some very disparaging things.
No, this is
This
guy.
is that guy
No.
on a podcast.
Okay, never mind. I take it back.
Are we flipping the decision?
Flipping the decision. The decision is now for Song Yudong, TKO, second round.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
TKO. Nice.
Casey, I hope you get your face punched in. Saying those things about my girl, Megan Anderson.
Yeah, it was about Megan.
Mm-hmm.
That was very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Just a young kid popping off on a podcast.
Should have chose a different target. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Definitely. Okay. Now to the prelim card. Let's just keep going in order down the list. So the last fight on the prelim card, the lightweight Bobby Green against Rafael Fiziev. I practiced this. Fiziev.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a hell of a challenge for Bobby Green, and I'm going to make a bold prediction that this isn't going to get out of the first round, and that it's going to be a first round finish. I'm just going to say finish for Fiziev. I think he finishes Bobby Green in the first round.
He looks
I'm
like
just going bold.
He looks like a dangerous dude.
He looks like a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Very scary challenge. Bobby Green is so tough, and man, that guy can scrap. So, honestly, I'm hoping that Bobby Green surprises me, but I'm more going on how scary Fiziev looks.
Could end up being fight of the night.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. There are
Yep.
usually some sleepers
Yeah.
on the prelims.
Yeah. Let's we won't go through all of them. I can't believe Ed Herman's still doing it. That guy is like 50 years old. Also so tough. Been around the game for very long. He doesn't seem like he's fading, but he can't have too much more in the gas tank. Alonzo Menefield. Alonzo, he's one that he looks like a Greek god. His physicality is undeniable. But it's more of a mental game with him, and it's which Alonzo shows up.
Wow.
But yeah. I'm gonna pick Alonzo Menefield with a victory, and I'm gonna say third round TKO. That's gonna be my guess. Third TKO. And for the first fight on that prelim card, Karolina Kolkovic. Do we say it right? Kolkovic. You got it. Nice. Against Jessica Penne. I think, boy, Kolkovic, I have watched her fight many times, and she's one that can take a lot of damage, and you can't put her away. She also does a lot of damage. I mean, she's not just a punching bag out there. But I see this going to Penne in the decision. So I don't see her putting away Kolkovic. Kolkovic? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Kolkovic.
Karolina. Karolina and Jessica. That's who's fighting. Jessica Penne Pasta is going to get a decision victory over Karolina.
She's going to
That's the prediction.
control the octagon.
I think so.
Yeah.
And she's got the length. I think she's going to control the distance, keep her at range, and outscore her. That's what I see happening.
It's going to be a fun night.
We'll see.
This is a stacked card.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. All right. We'll circle back on Monday and recap what happened. Have a fun, safe weekend, everybody. We love you, and we're out.
Bye.